Hey guys, John V from PhoneArena. We're live here at MWC Barcelona, Spain, and we are here with Huawei. We're checking out probably the most interesting device they announced here at the press conference. It's the Huawei MediaPad X1. It is what you might want to call a hybrid device. It's both a tablet and also a smartphone. It's a 7-inch tablet basically, and it is, I gotta say, right off the bat, that's the first thing we noticed. It is just super compact, thinner, lighter than the iPad mini with Retina display, and it has a pretty good screen-to-body ratio. Over 80% of the surface here is dedicated to the screen. Very minimum bezels on the left and right sides of the display, enabling it to have a very form-fitting nature, and that's pretty fantastic because you know, it's not that often that I find 7-inch tablets being this super compact. You can see it's still pretty easy to hold with one hand. If you have smaller hands, it's not going to be too much of an issue either, so that's pretty nice. The other thing I noticed, just the fantastic build quality. Now, it's using an aluminum body here, which gives it a lot of, you know, sturdiness. You have some plastic frames on the top and bottom, good contrast to colors. You know, very familiar. If you're familiar with the iPad, it's pretty much the same color scheme. It's also available in black, but the build quality is nice. It's super thin, lightweight. You barely notice this thing, and you could also put it away in your pocket very easily, from what they say. So, some of the other things here worth noting: it features a 7-inch 1200 by 1920 display. I believe it's an IPS display here. It's pretty good wide viewing angles, nice and sharp, super detailed. If you look very closely, there's a lot of clarity. You can even make the finest of details, no problems whatsoever. The Android buttons are, of course, incorporated into the software itself. Meanwhile, above the display, you have the earpiece. Again, this is a smartphone too, not just only a tablet. So you can make phone calls, receive phone calls with it. It features a wide-angle, front-facing 5-megapixel autofocus camera. So if you look all around the body here, the left side is clear. The bottom, you have a micro USB port, charge its internal battery. It's a beefy 5,000 milliamp hour battery. They're able to stuff that inside. And the cool thing about that too is that you could use its battery to charge other devices. Of course, you're going to have to use a special adapter for that, but you have that functionality. The right side, you have it looks like the SIM slot right here. It's flush. You have dedicated power button, pretty distinct, raised, good feel to them. Same thing with the volume control. I believe you can also expand its internal storage here, probably the micro SD card slot. You have a rear camera here, probably the biggest size megapixel count camera on the tablet. 13 megapixels, which is pretty extraordinary when you think about it, because the iPad, Nexus, Google Nexus 7 don't come close in terms of the sheer size of the camera here. So it's powered by Huawei's very own processor. It's the quad-core 1.6 GHz Kirin processor coupled with 2 GB of RAM, and honestly, it moves pretty swift and fluid here. You could tell right from the home screen, pretty nice and fast. You could also see with the customized Android experience that's running. It might be somewhat foreign or alien to some people out there. Let's find out exactly what version of Android this is running here. Now, this is a pre-production model, of course, not a finalized one. So let's see, Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. So that's what we have. You have the Emotion UI running on top of that. That's Huawei specific optimization. Now they try to simplify it by just removing the app panel, but honestly, it could be a little bit confusing like that, just because everything's put directly in the home screen. But everything else is intact. The way it handles notifications, multitasking. Now they also have this simple mode here you can access. See if I can get that for you. You have to go into the settings. You got to go over to the let's see where the display section here, the home screen style, and then from here you could select simple. And when you select simple, it gives it a simpler look here. It looks kind of familiar if you use Windows Phone with these tiles. Of course, they're not dynamic; they're just static. But there's giant-sized tiles where you have access to some of the most widely used applications. So you have to fumble around, you know, looking through the home screen to find out exactly where you have to be. So that's that, and this tablet's going to be available shortly. It's going to be priced at €399. So when you think about that, it's a phone, it's a tablet, and also has pretty decent specs and a fantastic build quality. It's thin, lightweight. It's an amazing offering here. So you might want to check this guy out. So if you want to learn more about the Huawei MediaPad X1, you can check out our website, guys. PhoneArena.com. It's John V. Thanks for watching.